Hi, I'm recording this video even though it's October 20th and I already have known that I'm pregnant for a couple weeks. I guess somehow I forgot to make this video update a couple weeks ago, so let's do it. So after my embryo transfer, I rested for the first few days. So basically, I'm going to tell you all the things that I believe have helped me to have a successful outcome and to have my pregnancy confirmed on October 7th, 2019, which was 12 days after my embryo transfer. So I have to say that emotionally, I was kind of surprised because the first time when I was pregnant in spring and I got my pregnancy test, blood tests confirming pregnancy, I was just ecstatic. I was like, I can't believe it. I've waited for it for so long and here it is. I was so excited. And then when I miscarried, I think this time around, my feeling when I found out that I'm pregnant was, don't get excited, it may not last. And I was truly surprised with that type of feeling that just kind of came to the surface, right? And so far, I'm almost waiting for like the first 12 weeks, 12, 13 weeks to just come by. And, you know, with a couple people who ask me, how's your pregnancy going, who maybe have not seen me since spring, or who knew about my miscarriage and knew that I would be doing the next IVF in fall, you know, they would come for their services and ask. So I tell them, but I'm not really going out of my way to announce it to everyone. I think this time I'm like cautiously excited, as one of my clients have put it. Excuse me. I knew this sneeze was coming. But anyway, so I will tell you all the things I did and followed the advice that I saw on YouTube videos from other YouTubers. And the very first thing I did is I decided to put 2 embryos in. Just because this was my third IVF. The first time didn't work out because I didn't produce enough eggs. I only produced 1 egg. The second one seems like, you know, I had 1 embryo, and unfortunately at 7.5 weeks, it stopped growing, stopped developing. So this time around, I felt like, you know what, I have to do something different if I want a different result. And I decided to go for 2 embryos. At first, my doctor was conservative and he preferred to just go with 1, but I asked him and I'm like, you know what, I know all the risks. I've read all the research about it. And, you know, I really, really want to get pregnant. In my mind, I was like, I don't want to go through another you know, maybe loss of pregnancy, and I didn't want to like basically lose another 6 months. So I was willing to bump up the number of embryos, but also bump up my, you know, chance of success. So this is what my doctor agreed to do, and he chose to go with my, you know, request and put in 2 embryos. So I did rest for 3 days. Last time I think I took 4 days off. This time I just took 3 days off. On the day 4, I already went back to work. But for the first 3 days, I basically just napped, lied around, watched some videos, read some books. I didn't really do much around the house, and it was nice. It was very peaceful and quiet because it was just me. I actually have a roommate, but she was out of country. So it was super, super quiet here. So I did do the pineapple core. I'm laughing because I have seen it in many videos, but I've never done it before. And literally on the night of my embryo transfer, I ran to the store, to the grocery store. I'm like, I have to get pineapple. And then I would take the pineapple core every morning for the next 4 or 5 days. The pineapple is said to have bromelain, which helps with implantation. Then I did take every day a handful of Brazil nuts, which are supposed to have really good nutrients, and it's also supposed to be super helpful for implantation. I did drink pomegranate juice every day, which I still do. I started a few days before embryo transfer, and then I did it a few days after. I'm actually still continuing. I am now about 4 weeks after embryo transfer. Then I also take my Body Balance, which is an amazing supplement from seaweed, from algae, which I believe is like the best, supplement because it has 100 different minerals and vitamins and enzymes and antioxidants. It's just loaded. So it's a big help for my body. Then I followed like this Asian way of kind of treating body after embryo transfer or after getting pregnant. And that is to stay warm, as in warm food in your stomach. So I basically ate soup every day, probably for 3-4 days after my embryo transfer. And if I didn't have soup, like let's say in the morning, if I had omelet or something, I would drink hot tea. So I basically tried to have hot tea with each meal if I didn't have soup. Then I also wore socks to my bed because there is this idea that if your feet are warm, then your blood doesn't have to go to your feet, but it goes to the uterus. It just promotes more blood flow there. Okay, I did eat lots of fruits. I ate blueberries, raspberries. I did eat grapes. And it was also helping to like hydrate because I feel like grapes have a lot of liquid. I definitely kept myself busy with work. So once I went back to work, I worked every day. And tried just not to think about being tempted to take a pregnancy test. I know some women say, oh my gosh, it's so hard. It wasn't hard at all for me. I was just like, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to go get the blood test. So I literally don't even have like a pregnancy test. It's like a stick that you go and pee on. Or I may still, just to keep it like a, keepsake. If I'm going to have some things to remember this, how this pregnancy started. Let's see what else. So then on October 7th, my pregnancy was confirmed, and I had so far one blood test, which was at 5.5 weeks, and my HCG level and my other hormone levels are all good. My HCG level did multiply over the week. And this week I'm going to go again and we'll see if the level is still like multiplying. It's supposed to actually, I believe, double every 48 hours. I think it started the very first time maybe with 600 HCG, and then next week it was like 12,000 HCG. So it's doubling and tripling and quadrupling really good. One thing I have noticed that like after this embryo transfer, and I don't know if it's because of the 2 embryos, but I've noticed that I'm losing a lot of hair. I can literally just like comb my hair and it's like a whole bunch in my hand. So that was like a little bit alarming. It has never happened to me before, but I started reading that, yep, it happens to a lot of women. Nothing you can do and nothing to basically worry about. The hair will just like, part of the hair will fall out and then it will start growing. And, I also have noticed from the very beginning, I kind of have like a short breath. It's like hard for me to talk. Sometimes I need to like pause to catch a breath. But yeah, that has been like one of the symptoms. So I hope this helps. Oh, and I forgot. Actually, one of the most important things that I believe helped me with positive pregnancy this time around with IVF was that I came across Alea with vibrationalchild.com. So I joined her group, which is like foundations course. And basically, Alea is known as Baby Whisperer. So there was a group of 5 or 6 of us, and we would have what's called a journey where Alea would connect with some spirit guides. And actually, she has her own spirit, which she channels from and or channels through her. And when she connects, she kind of takes us on these journeys. And I remember the very first time when I started kind of being like part of this journey, I had this amazing experience where my consciousness was here. I was like present here, but I didn't like even feel my body. It just felt like my body wasn't there. And I know that she helped me explore the whole, kind of vision of like, what does it mean to be a mother, identity of the mother, connecting with the spirit babies. And I definitely would say that she single-handedly helped me lift like this dark cloud that was like hanging around me after the miscarriage. And I was able to like drop off this heaviness and kind of doubt and almost like a resignation. And it helped me to get to the point where I was like excited about this IVF. So that was like major change. Just going from this like really almost like giving up, like, is this ever going to happen? Kind of feeling to like, you know what? This is just the past. This baby is coming. And sometimes I doubt it. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember during one of those kind of like meditations and stuff, I almost like felt the voice or heard the voice of like babies just kind of saying, "Hey, Bobby, we're coming soon." I don't know if it was babies or baby. And during some of the visualizations and journeys, I do remember having this one time where I just like saw a whole bunch of babies just like waiting and ready to come. So I would definitely recommend to any woman who wants to consciously connect with her spirit baby and bring one to earth to take courses with Alea, especially the foundations. And yeah, she's such a wonderful spirit herself. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think it definitely helped me get to this higher level to be more open and just more relaxed about this IVF this time. So that's about it. I guess I'll update you guys soon. And that's it for now.